Gavin Newsom is a bitch, man. I've been saying it all along. Just look at the dude's fucking hairdo. It tells you a lot about a person. And he thinks that by ordering or making a decree that masks are, for the most part, no longer needed. Well, they weren't needed a long time ago, but he made people wear masks any fucking way. And the only reason he's doing this, he's getting rid of the mandate to wear masks in the state of California. I am Once Grove, the host of this show, C4CW, casting 495 celebrities worldwide. If you are true fans of this show, then we, 495 as a whole, most certainly appreciate you. So, he's lifting the mandate. He's lifting the mandate because he knows that he's going down politically. And he knows that he's fucked, man. He knows that his run as governor is going to go down in history as a smear, as a shit-stained smear on the history of the state of California. So that's the only reason he's doing it, man. And it's the same with the CDC. The CDC, listen, the CDC is a corrupt fucking organization. And, yeah, it's a fucking corrupt organization that's politically motivated. And its true colors have been shown during the pandemic. And it's easy to see how CDC seeks to control people's minds. It tries to control human minds with disinformation and deception. And it will do so, the CDC will do so to the detriment of the American people and people worldwide. All it is a mind control organization. It's just another organization in the world with the liberal leftist bent, i.e. agenda, and it seeks to control the minds of human beings. Any little tiny opportunity that it has. You see, these people are all about control. Like Dr. Fauci, he's all about control. He is a controlling person. He has a controlling aim and objective and goal to control. He is controlling. He seeks to control. He is a control freak, drunk with power. And that's what they are. That's what these liberals, these leftists are, is they want to control every fucking buddy that they can. And they do this through mind control. It's a beehive mind. That's what it is. It's a beehive mind matrix, just like the Borg from Star Trek. And so in that, when CDC heard the news that conservatives, those of us on the right, were hip to the lies that CDC has been telling, and they have a way to measure sentiment, the pulse of America, the American psyche. They have incredibly sophisticated meta software and computers and systems, AI, to determine how the United States is thinking as a whole. What the feelings of the American people are, and what the current American sentiment is. And yeah, it's like the movie V is for Visitors, the remake. Not the first one, it's the first one too. But the second one is modern, and it puts it all into perspective. They know what America's thinking. They have a way to see graphically, like with graph analysis. They can see the trends at the different government agencies, and they know when there has been a blunder on their part and how, because of the backlash and the flap, they know that they fucked up. So when they detected with their sensors and their AIs and their super fucking computers, their meta machines and their processes, when they determined that they fucked up and that the CDC's caper was up because, man, the spell wore off. Someone figured it out and they're like, wait a second, Dr. Fauci's talking about wearing two masks? What kind of science is that? Like, that's a Freudian slip. Like literally that is a Freudian slip. What type of fucking wackadoo, what type of fucking freak, what type of fucking so-called scientist is going to wear two masks? Okay? Viruses, they look at these fabrics as if, you know, they see the fabric. They see different types of fabric on a molecular level, on an atomic level, on a quantum level. They can see the holes in the fabric, in these different types of fabric. They're huge holes on the micro level. In microscopy, using a microscope, the cloth is just a bunch of fucking big, wide open, like portals, like holes, like come on in. So the whole thing was fucking fake from the very beginning. All it is and was mind control. So Dr. Fauci being drunk with power because they, you know, saw the invented crisis as a way to control, because it was invented in a laboratory. They weaponized it. It was created. I'm not saying Dr. Fauci did it, but it was done somewhere. And I would imagine that we, well, indirectly or directly funded it. I'm talking about Wuhan, China, a viral weaponry lab there. So anyway, you know, Barack Obama, you know, funding money, you know, like with Iran, you know, for weapons of mass destruction and terrorism globally exported. You know, because Barack Obama, you know what I mean? Because Barack Obama, you know, great grand deceiver, pretender, you know, we're supposed to believe that he's in air quotes Christian, loves Iran, the number one supporter and exporter of worldwide global fucking terrorism, hates Israel, wants Israel wiped off the fucking map globe, gone, destroyed, because Barack Obama, because he loves Iran. And so does fucking John Kerry, and so does the Biden administration. Yes, I know, I just did a 33-minute presentation preceding this particular podcast episode, and if you heard it, you're like, Grove, you're saying the same thing that you said. You're repeating yourself. Well, yeah, but I'm not going to do it for 34 fucking minutes. I'm just simply saying, now we're talking about the masks. You see, I wasn't talking about the masks, and I wasn't talking about the aim of Dr. Fauci, the goal, the objective of Fauci and Biden and Barack Obama, because it's Barack Obama's third term in office. The mask is merely a dog collar. That's what it's for, okay? And they knew that they were destroying America. They weren't going to have an America to live in. No, they because they're destructive. They're destructive. And they want to destroy, and they want to pillage, and they want to plunder, and like I said, fleece, and bilk, and sack Rome. It's always the same fucking story throughout time. But at the same time, they want to live in splendor, right? Because, you know, Barack Obama and the Marxists and the commies, because they like to be destructive, but also live opulent, luxurious, lavish lifestyles. You see, it's kind of like that cognitive dissonance, two different fucking competing thoughts held in one's mind at the same time. It's like, I'm all about destruction and wiping Israel off the face of earth, but I want to live in splendor and opulence at the same time because I'm Barack Obama and I'm Iran and I'm Joe fucking Biden. Admin. Yeah, cognitive dissonance, man. So that's what they're trying to do, you know, because that's how fucking stupid and foolish they are. And and so liberals want you to support that. They want you to support Ilhan Omar. She fucking hates America. She hates capitalism. She hates the West. She hates America. She hates Israel. I don't know why the fuck she lives here. You know, because she wants capitalism destroyed, right? And she wants Israel destroyed. But she apparently wants to fucking live here at the same time. You know, cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm talking about? So, because these people are fucking psychotic. Rashida Tlaib, they're fucking psychotics, okay? They're neurotic, they're psychotic, they're fucking deranged, they're warped, they're out of their fucking minds. They are very sick people. And unfortunately, America has a history of electing to office very sick motherfuckers who are ultra evil. So, I mean, you know, it speaks volumes about certain fellow, air quotes, citizens, because why would anyone in their right fucking mind want any of the aforementioned evil doers in fucking office? Why? Why? Oh, because they probably secretly share the same, you know, the same values, air quotes values. You know, they're like-minded. They share the same views, the same thoughts. They hate Israel. They don't tell you that to your face, but that's why they support Joe Biden, because they don't give a fuck about Israel, man. No, that's why there's been an increase on the attacks on folks in the Jewish community. And, you know, you've seen an alarming rise in such incidences, and it's unfortunate, man, because, you know, never again, but, you know, I mean, someone's behind it. You know, self-haters, George Soros, someone's behind it. Someone's funding BLM. Someone's funding Antifa and letting them get off the hook for like a year of fucking riots, a year plus in Portland and Seattle and New York, you know, blue states, because Barack Obama, because Joe Biden. And then you see these fucking people, these sycophants, they just love to pretend like Joe Biden is smart. Oh, Joe Biden says this, you know, Psaki, right? Joe Biden, he believes in this. Joe Biden, because Joe Biden, he's a scientist and he understands the future. It's like, right, he's a scientist like Adolf Hitler. Am I comparing him to Hitler? I'm comparing him to a stupid Hitler. Like a Hitler with dementia. I mean, this guy, I am. Because, I mean, look, they compared the left. They compared Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler, knowing damn well that Barack Obama teamed up with Joe Biden is a lot more like Hitler than any comparison of Donald Trump to Adolf fucking Hitler. Look at all the shit that they've done on the streets. Look at all the destruction. Look at all the mayhem. Look at all the unrest. All the fucking riots that took place. Zillions of dollars in fucking damage to American infrastructure. It's kind of like a war, you know, just undeclared. I'm just saying, it already happened. It already fucking happened. Look at the fucking cities they destroyed. Look at, take, for example, take into account, contemplate the following. When one considers the coronavirus and COVID-19, coronaviruses have been around for thousands of years. It even said that on the CDC website, and I knew that when I was in goddamn fucking high school like 30 motherfucking years ago. It was in the textbook. So they seized on to the crisis. They latched onto it. These fucking parasites, the left. And they knew they had something because they have the ability to measure American sentiment with regard to left stream media. So they knew they had something. They knew that they had in their possession an instrument with which to freak out the human mind. Something new that was so uber sensational. They're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, for some reason, like, we've really got them riled up. Like, whoa, we can fucking make them panic. We can induce fear and paranoia. Like, we can have them hoard. So they use the crisis. They're opportunists, and they capitalized on it. I know, misnomer, right? Oxymoron. They, the left, capitalized on it because, you know, man, cognitive dissonance. They're against capitalism, but they live in splendor, right? They live in opulence. They're against capitalism for the average person, but they're for it for themselves, you know, because Marxism, you know, because communism. Because really, you know, the average cog in the machine doesn't even understand how the whole fucking thing works. And that's why and how, that's why and how the leadership structure of the left operates. That is its modus operandi. Because it realizes and understands that from an intellectual standpoint perspective, that the ones who are at the top of the pyramid scheme, the Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, if the average individual citizen gives up his, her rights, just gives them away freely to some fucking reject bum like Bernie Sanders. Oh, Bernie Sanders wants to give everyone free college and puppy dogs and ice cream. Woo-hoo! I love Bernie. Go, Bernie. I love you, man. Come on, man. So the individual cog in the machine being frenzied and just bombarded by CNN and ABC and NBC and MSNBC and MSDZ. Shout outs to Mark Levin. Point is that it's very fucking real in that, as I was alluding to, the average consumer bombarded with a barrage, a deluge of all this nonsense, all this fake news, all this artificial information being beamed into one's mind by none other than CNN, America's fucking news network. Whatever bullshit, you know, it proselytizes, whatever it says, whatever it espouses, whatever it promulgates, whatever they fucking say, it's all a lie. 99 fucking % of it is a lie. And the average consumer, the average leftist consumer believes all of it. Yeah, the average worshiper, the average disciple, the average adherent, the average consumer of said information goes along with the program. It's all brainwash. It's all a system of fucking brainwash. You have all these different networks, these stations, these channels, and this consortium, and they pipe out, they broadcast, they beam across the globe these messages, these packets of data, and they're received on the other end by the end recipient who believes all of the disinformation, artificial intelligence, air quotes, intelligence. It's all made up, man. It's all manufactured. It's all fabricated. It's all fucking fake. And they go for it. And they give up their individual rights, liberties, you know, because the average person, they don't need the Second Amendment. No. It's only those at the top in the leadership structure of the whole pyramid scheme, they're the ones who need the private security forces. They're the ones who need the armed security guards. They're the ones who need these, they're the ones who need these really expensive personal protective services. The average person doesn't need that. You know why? Because it's all for those at the top, man. Come on, man. Man, if you're black, man, you ain't black. And, man, if you don't vote for me, you can't say you're a fucking black person if you don't fucking vote for me, motherfucker. You know who I am? I'm Joe fucking Biden. And if you don't fucking vote for me, I am telling you, you do not have the constitutional, American, God-given, inalienable, unalienable, whatever the fucking English is on that. You can no longer say you're a black person in America, motherfucker. You know what your fucking role is. You know what you have to fucking do. You vote for me, motherfucker, or you're not black anymore. Yeah, because that's the Democrat Party. It's the party of divisiveness. It's the party of division. It's the party of racism and anarchy and riots and arson and looting and crime and corruption is what the fuck it is. But you know, the average person doesn't know that. The average person's like, I'm a Democrat, I'm a liberal. Oh, really? Well, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that Donald Trump's evil. He's the bad guy. Joe Biden, he's what America needs right now. Come on, man. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. They don't want capitalism. They don't want capitalism for the average person. They only want capitalism for their elected leaders and officials. They want to live a life of misery with critical race theory where they can have this endless conversation about their skin color and their differences and what took place hundreds of years ago. An endless conversation right out of Karl Marx's fucking playbook and Frederick Engels and Pol Pot and Mao Zedong and Adolf Hitler and Che Guevara and every motherfucking commie who's ever lived. If you give the average person, proletariat, if you give the average Dem, liberal, Marxist, the average person in the citizenry, the cog in the machine, man, if you give the average Borg member the script, which the script is just a recursive feedback loop, and say, look, this is what needs to be discussed on a daily basis. You don't tell them that it's a recursive feedback loop that's endless, that goes on forever. You persuade them to engage in gibberish, critical race theory. Yeah, did you know that white people are evil? They're the devil. Oh yeah, you know what they did to black people in America 1,000 years ago. Even though your relatives were not affected or part, but you need to hear about it. It's so America's evil. It's based on race. Did you know that everybody's racist? That the white and that's why there's BLM now. America needs to bow down. Yeah, critical race theory is being forced on you so you can engage in endless dialogue, which is really a monologue, and you can hear it and feel bad, and they want to give you a guilt trip, and you have to listen because racism, so that you're distracted as part of their deflection. And the average person has to live in misery and wait on a check, stimulus money, and which is really just universal income, basic universal income check, right? And then they can talk about their infrastructure bill, which 5% of it or less actually goes to infrastructure. And a lot of it goes to fake infrastructure projects. their projects that they themselves are endless and unnecessary. And it's all just a play. It's all just a theatrical stage play. That's why when you're driving to work, you can't just go to work and make money. No, because they're working on a road project. It's just to punish you. That's what it is. There's no reason for for tearing up the road and then like remaking the road every fucking year annually or whatever the scheme is. It's just to slow you down, to punish you, so that so many hours out of the day you think that these little air quotes inconveniences are just normal operating procedures. They're just normal daily stressors. Oh, what's going on? Oh, there's stoppage up. Oh, I guess it's another infrastructure project that's totally needed. Well, it'll just take us hours to get to work like it normally does. Because it's a dog collar, man. It's a way to make you submissive. It's a way to make you fucking bow down. And the mask is the dog collar. That's all it is. It's all made up. It's all a construct. It's all designed. It's all artifice. It's all subterfuge. And it's all part of the machinations of this evil entity that is the real world Borg. And the ones at the top, they get the money. The ones down on the lower end of the spectrum, they don't get shit. They get kibbles and bits. They get fucking peanuts. They get traffic jams. Endless motherfucking so-called infrastructure upgrades. The shit's just merely cosmetic. It's all topical. It's all fraud. And, to give the illusion that, the infrastructure's being upgraded. We got the infrastructure bill rolling. Yeah, 5% of it goes to actual bona fide fucking infrastructure. The rest of it goes into the pockets of these bureaucrats who glad hand and they grease the palms of their cronies and they get their kickbacks from all these different contracts that get carried out. Contracts that are all bullshit. They're all fluff. They're all not for real. They're all fucking schemes and scams and fraud. And that is the nature of the fucking beast.